I'm Sean Catanesa. I'm a level 4 judge and the head judge for today's Grand Prix Atlanta.
How's it going?
It's been a pretty awesome event. We've had really great players, really great turnout, and our judge staff has been fantastic. They've really gone through what I can only say has been a fantastic couple days where they've worked hard. They've really overcome some real interesting obstacles that we've been thrown in our path, and I feel like they've come out of it with learning experience, valuable experience, and also friendships that will last for far beyond this event. We have international judges here. We have all sorts of people that are here because they love this game, and I think our execution on this event just proves that this is an awesome community to be a part of, and I'm glad to help lead just this one small part of it.
Absolutely. So if you had advice for judges who might want to participate in GPs coming in the future, what would you give them? What's the number one thing that a judge at a GP really needs to look for and to do?
Okay, well, if you want to get on staff at a Grand Prix, the thing you really want to look for is your regional coordinator. That's your conduit, your advocate, your voice to Wizards, your voice to the program, your voice to tournament organizers, and basically it's your way of connecting with the broader network. Your regional coordinator is that important, vital conduit. So you get to know that person. You get to have them know what your strengths are, what you want to do at events, why it is you want to be a judge, the things that make you a driven person and someone that a tournament organizer would want to see on their tournament floor serving their customers. So find someone like that, your regional coordinator or your captain in your region that interfaces with your regional coordinator on a regular basis. Find that person, find a way to interact with them, and really that's, again, your connection to that larger network.
Great. So today was a sealed event, so you guys did a lot of drafting.
Today was limited, yes. So we did sealed for 9 rounds yesterday. We did a 3-round draft, followed by a 3-round draft, followed by a top 8 draft all today. So it's 9 rounds both days, 18 by the end of it. I don't think we're going to have anyone who's undefeated. Everybody falls down on this one a little bit, but it's really an awesome thing to see so many new packs open, so many cards open, and so many people really enjoying themselves.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think everybody had a really good time. Thanks to you and your judge staff for the most part. For players who play in draft events like this, what is your advice to players?
So when we get to day 2 and we start drafting, the rules change a little bit from your F&M draft, your normal draft that you'd see on a day-to-day basis. Part of it is because we're at a professional rules enforcement level here today. Even at a competitive level, something like a Grand Prix trial, if you're top 8 drafting there, the rules change a little bit there too. For instance, at F&M, I can pick up my pack. I can look at my picks really whenever I want to make sure that I'm drafting the right color one, as long as I keep all my cards separate. Here, once I've picked a card and set it down in front of me, that needs to stay face down until the whole pack is done. We actually had a player commit this infraction. We call it a limited procedure violation. We don't disqualify you for it, but it is something you should be aware of and not do. So keep your cards face down in front of you, ignore that impulse, control that impulse to pick them up and make sure you're in the right colors, make sure you know how many of what common you drafted in the pack before. Save that for later. The other thing that we really want players to really understand about this is that we take cheating and peeking very seriously. Around the kitchen table, it's very easy for you to talk about, oh, it looks like red's open, looks like I can just do whatever I want, and the Constellation deck, the Black-White Heroic deck, that's open, I'll just, you can talk about that around the kitchen table. And sometimes at F&M, the organizer might be a little bit relaxed about how they enforce that. Here, we're very strict. Here, we're going to tell a player, if you're doing that sort of thing, chances are you know you shouldn't be, and you're probably going to get disqualified. Especially with things like peeking. Turning your head to look at the person's poop. It's easy to sort of accidentally have that eye thing. It's easy to catch that out of the corner of your eye. But at the same time, when it comes to this kind of event, we enforce that really strictly, and that's a disqualification there. So just the slightest of peaks. If we really think that you did that, you're done.
So GP, fun but serious, and players that take it seriously are going to do better.
Absolutely. There's a reason that the same people keep winning these events. It's that, and you see the same people, well-known players at the tops of these events. It's because they spend a lot of time doing this, and it's absolutely a game of skill. However, we do find that when we introduce new players to this environment, we absolutely want to find ways to tell them things change. This is how they change. This is why they change. Because we move from competitive competitive to professional to these more strict ways of interpreting the rules of the game and how the interactions between players work. We want to make sure that we manage those expectations so that everybody has a consistent level playing field, but also a high bar for the level of play that we have here. A Grand Prix probably shouldn't be your first ever event. That should probably be a side event like a draft here, where you can actually just get to know people and relax and have a good time. But a Grand Prix as your first event, there's a lot of things you should take a look at before you jump right in. That said, we'd love to have pretty much anyone who can see this video now.
That's right, there's lots of things to do here at GP Atlanta other than just participating in the GP.
Oh,
and it's great to come and see, right?
Pastimes was fantastic. They brought in a whole bunch of amazing artists. We have vendors that are selling cards you're not going to find just any old day, like in your normal local store. The diversity of vendors, the diversity of artists. You have people that have just done iconic pieces. Steve Argyle's here, RK Post is here. People that have been, to just people who are essential to understanding the history of why Magic is a fun and engaging game. And part of that's the art that's involved. So you have amazing artists, the side events, the wacky drafts, the other things that we do here. Those are all fantastic too. They're all good ways that you can get engaged that don't involve necessarily sort of the tough, cutthroat play of competitive, but at the same time, you definitely get a good experience where you can really just let loose. Like playing a game of Commander, playing a game of Two-Headed Giant, all those things happen in the course of the weekend here.
Sean, thanks a lot for talking with us. Have a good day, man.
Thank you guys.
All right, bye. Hey Judge, who are you? You're not a judge.
Well, I am, but not this weekend acting as a judge. My name is John Oliver.
What do you do today, this weekend?
Today, I was one of the stage managers.
So what's a stage manager responsible for?
I try to keep track of everything that's going on the stage, help out with the registration folks, help out with the scorekeepers, kind of just a general floating problem solver.
How's it been going this week?
It's been very hectic this weekend, but I have a solid staff, so they've been handling things well.
If you could tell every player one thing, one piece of advice you could give to everyone who shows up for GP Atlanta, what would it be?
Make sure you're prepared. Make sure if you're signing up for something that you have the information that you need, that you have the payment you need, and that you come ready to play in whatever you're going to play in.
All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend, John. Thanks for talking with us. Hi, so who are you?
I'm Ron Foster. I work at Wizards of the Coast on the Premier Play team as the tournament organizer manager, which basically means I coordinate the activities of the organizers that run the Grand Prix, like this one here at Atlanta. I'm their interface at Wizards of the Coast and work with them on making all these great events even bigger and better.
Ron, was there anything at GP Atlanta that was new or that you really thought players would enjoy and like things they should look forward to?
Yeah, some of the things that I really liked coming here were the way the feature match was treated. With
the new feature match area.
The walkway and the kind of the pit feeling, which is common at the Pro Tour, and I understand that it's been done at some other events. But I think that gives it a very classy look. It's very professional looking. It's eye-catching. And it gives spectators a better view of the actual matches. So I thought that was a very nice addition to the event. I also liked the very popular playmat was made into a banner, which people were encouraged to take commemorative photos in front of.
That's right. You can see Ron's photo at facebook.com/pastimes. It's got a few likes already.
Yep, that was very popular. So things like that, things that make the event more memorable for people to talk about, and things beyond the tournament. That's something that we like to encourage. Of course, we're all here for the Grand Prix, the tournament, the playing of Magic. That's what brings us all together. But also, just something above and beyond the actual the gameplay that make a memorable event and an experience and make people want to come back. Those are all great things.
Absolutely. I think we can definitely say that happened here at GP Atlanta.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.